Well, growing up in the Midwest, I've always had a passion for hunting wild turkeys. I've been hunting them since I was about 12 years old. I killed my first bird at 12, and ever since then I've been hooked on chasing this majestic bird, especially during the spring season. Now, I get lucky in the fall and I'm able to harvest a turkey once in a while with my bow while I'm bow hunting for whitetails, but there's nothing like a spring turkey hunt. And having basically been confined to the Midwest most of my adult life and my hunting excursions, just because of being able to get away from work or money involved in travel and that kind of thing, I've only been able to hunt my local farms for eastern wild turkeys. One of my bucket list hunts, though, was an Osceola turkey hunt. You're going to go with me north of Daytona on a 1,900-acre sod farm on a guided Osceola hunt. So I'd never been on a guided hunt either where those things were taken care of. So obviously the first day flying in, it was mostly travel. I got to hook up with a couple of the team leaders, Andrew Roberts from New York and Tom Foreman from Illinois, and we hooked up, got a rental car together, and drove down. We got there too late to get in on the first day hunt. The 19th was the opening day of the season. However, some communication mix-ups got us coming in a little late, and they decided not to take us out for the afternoon hunt, even though we were there in time. So we opted to go check out the beach. What else do you do when you're in Florida? So in March of 2022, as you may know, I'm part of the Tactacam team, and as a team leader for the Midwest South Central region, I was afforded the opportunity to go on an Osceola hunt with Jeff Peel, the CEO of Tactacam, as well as all the other team leaders. Well, since that time, right around that time, I was actually hired as the communications director for Tactacam and have the responsibility of overseeing all of the regional teams' activities, making sure that they've got what they need to operate. Being the communications director has afforded me a lot of opportunities that I wouldn't have ever had. I'm very grateful to the organization of Tactacam and Jeff Peel and the staff there for welcoming me into the fold and allowing me to be a part of a growing company and just the outdoor industry that I love. We spent a lot of time just kind of milling around, checking out the sites. We hit the beach for a little bit, went out on the pier, watched some guys do some fishing out there. And of course, we had to get some ice cream, and we got some ice cream and then went back to the house and had a nice dinner, and everybody came in. When we arrived back at the Airbnb, a beautiful place that they had gotten for us to all stay in and hang out. We're preparing dinner, having some conversations. Some of the guys had come back from their afternoon hunt, and they were sharing their stories.
But it shot behind him like he didn't even know I shot. He just there's something.
So there's every turkey everywhere. Yeah. You just pop up one and then.
Well, we got up early the next morning and headed out to the sod farm. They asked me if I was patient, and I said, sure, I can sit all day if I need to. He said, well, we've been seeing this bird come out here about 10:30. He showed up a couple hours early. Well, this Florida longbeard couldn't stand the jakes out there, especially when he had two hens with him. He came in on a string. Mission is complete. My bucket list is checked. Killed my first Osceola turkey on a most memorable hunt. It didn't take long. I didn't have to wait till 10:30 like the guide said. And I'm kind of glad he was wrong because the mosquitoes were just terrible. I went around and started picking up my gear and getting set up for some pictures and waiting on the guide to come pick me up. Well, all I can say was that is a lot of fun. Holy smokes. I was tucked back up in there. This is my first Osceola turkey hunt down on the sod farm down here in, there's a turkey standing out there, way down there. That may have been one of the hens that was with them. But I'm sitting tucked in that little grove right there. Had some decoys out here in front of me. And right at first light I saw, looked like a strutter back over along the edge of those trees. It's about 300 yards over there. And anyway, a couple hens and strutter, and I think there was more hens over there this morning. Maybe 3 or 4 I thought I saw, but definitely 2. They worked their way across the field, and then started coming here. He saw the decoys, boy, and he came. You could tell his demeanor changed, and he squatted down and started making that waddle over here. He beat up this Jake decoy, knocked it off of the thing. Hopefully that Tactacam right over there caught everything. Got the guide texting me wanting just to stay where I'm at. And so I'm gonna pick up my stuff. But what a fun time. Got in yesterday. We didn't get to hunt yesterday afternoon. So the next couple days anyway, I'm gonna have the ability to really do some stuff, just to kind of hang out, get a nap, get some sleep back in, and I'll be ready to head home and head on a hog hunt next week. So I'm gonna set this camera up right here. Now, Florida is the only place you can find the Osceola subspecies of the turkey. They're not as vocal as the eastern. This bird never even gobbled once. But he came in. They seem to be a lot more aggressive than the eastern brothers that I'm used to hunting. But this is a hunt that I will always remember, and I caught it all on my Tactacams. Some quick measurements showed that this bird had about a 9-inch beard and about 1 1/4 inch spurs. And I couldn't be more pleased with the way this whole hunt turned out. It was a fun time. Well, here comes the guide. One of the benefits of turkey hunting is the meat. And we ate a lot of turkey while we were there because it's real hard to pack a turkey breast on a plane and get it back and not have it spoil. So we ate a lot of turkey nuggets. All in all, it was a great trip. It was a wonderful time to get to hang out with everybody and get to meet them. I think I mentioned earlier in the episode that there were 10 team leaders that went on this trip. Actually, there was less team leaders, but there was at least 10 people on this trip. So it was a good time. There were actually 7 team leaders that went. Of the 7, 6 of us put our tags on birds. There were a couple other hunters, young hunters, Carissa Peel, Jeff Peel's daughter, and her friend Charlie were also there. And both of those ladies scored on some really nice Osceola turkeys. We were able to snap a few pictures and get some great footage on the trip. I don't have the footage from all the other guys, which I should probably have gotten before this, but there were so many things that I did get B-roll on that were absolutely just hilarious, especially dealing with our guide. And probably one of the most memorable times is after I shot my bird and Andrew had killed his bird. We were riding around with the guide trying to get Paul Kermey on a tom, and just the phone dialogue that was happening when everything was unraveling and unwinding in his scenario. It was pretty funny.
They're not going to charge me or nothing, right? I know they're bulls, but
There ain't but 1 or 2 bulls in there. The rest of them's cows.
They're crossing they're in the road now.
well, the ones that walked right up were had horns on their head.
The horns don't mean nothing. It's whether he's got nuts or a cookie.
I couldn't see it. I know he was mad as hell when he threw a stick at him.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a tremendous time again. Got to go to a place I'd never been before. I got to hunt an animal that I've never been able to hunt before. So the memories that were created through capturing the whole experience on my Tactacam cameras is what it's really all about. I look forward to more hunts with these guys, getting to know them even better than before, and just thank Tactacam for the opportunity to work for and represent such a great company.